Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just a body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Gibbs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and he was taking those punches.
Productions.
Making woman gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ. It's the champ.
All right, well, I want Wilder. All right, I want Joshua. Joshua, come and see me, baby.
Well,
no more hiding, no more ducking, no more dodging, no more excuses. Let's make the fight happen. Let's see who's the best. I know I'm the best. Are you up for the test?
Will you go and fight him in England if that's required?
You know, my belt says the heavyweight champion of the world.
So does his. And he has a
But
couple
the
of
thing about him, between the difference between me and him, they rather stay in their safe haven over in England.
But will you go? There's the question.
I will go anywhere in the world, Jim. Anywhere in the world. When I'm about to go to Russia,
Yes, sir.
I'll go to England as well too. So make the date. Don't wait.
All right. Let's hope it happens. Deontay, congratulations. Thank you.
Bomb Squad!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio hashtag TBV podcast. Today we are back. Anthony Joshua claims that if you take away Deontay's right hand, he will lose confidence and you will be able to start to chip that tree that is Deontay Wilder down. You know what they say, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. This is what we're going to be discussing here. We finally got some direct quotes. It looks like after Deontay Wilder's performance versus Louis King Kong Ortiz, the current unified WBA, IBF, and IBO champion, Anthony Joshua, took to Sky Sports to deliver some powerful quotes that me, my co-hosts, Matthew Hunter and Enrique Church, will bounce back and forth, giving you the hipster's perspective, Ness perspective, and you know, Ness has his own way of looking at shit, and casual's perspective. So head on out to the Golden State.
ThaBoxingvoice Productions.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rope into a knockout. Now, when the main thing is, I just help the guy. I wish.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yes, it's haters everywhere. And as we are getting a quote, boxing.
You might want to start all over, R2D2.
I know. Shout out to you too. We're getting this quote from boxing team as way of Sky Sports. We've been trying to find the Sky Sports interview, so if you have a link to it, please send it to us via social media, Mixed Combat News on Twitter or NestGTO, or TBV_casual_fan. But the quote per boxing scene is by AJ. Wilder, I think, would be next in editor brackets after Fury, and just for the sheer fact that his record proves that he has a powerful punch. But his powerful punch doesn't come with an uppercut. It doesn't come with a peach left hook. It just comes with a straight right hand. So you eliminate one or two of his main weapons, and I think, you kind of chip the tree down with Wilder. And I think he starts losing his confidence. So I can't wait to chop that quote up with you guys, whether it's true or not, and, spit your game, talk your shit, as Enrique says.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I said fight two.
Stay focused, stay working my dad.
I said fight two.
Nice boxing voice.
Because if he comes to fight, then I'm going to have to look for him.
I said fight two.
I think you accurate.
Yes, indeed. Spit your game, talk your shit. I also read that boxing scene article, and one quote that got me, or one part of the article that got me the most, was that The reason, however, that Joshua is convinced Tyson Fury will present a more difficult fight for him than Wilder. Ooh, so they're already window shopping, seeing through Joseph Parker. And, they see the Wilder on the top shelf as an opponent, but they just not reaching for it immediately after Joseph Parker. No disrespect to Parker. I actually hope there are a lot of flaws exposed come Joseph Parker versus Anthony Joshua. So let's talk about it.
So you think because of this quote, Anthony Joshua is looking past Joseph Parker?
I believe so. When you talk about the future, and the future meaning that you don't have to redeem yourself, that you are just going to finish this and then go after that. There's no redemption mentioned, there's no if I do get past this fight, or there's no I got to get past this task and come back. And when I do come back, it is going to be against my eyes are on you. There was none of that. So, yeah, don't you?
What about you, Hipster? Where are you with this?
I think there's some truth to it, right? I think Wilder's best weapon is his 1-2. I think Wilder obviously has some hooks, obviously has uppercuts. He obviously has other punches. That's without debate.
It's crazy for Joshua to say he has no uppercut when he ended Luis Ortiz with an uppercut.
Yes. Though I definitely think that there's a point to this, that if you take away the 1-2, Wilder's game slips. When he has that 1-2 and he can rely on that, he is a much more efficient boxer. That is true.
So
that way it does become a little more easier to beat Wilder. Not that you can, just that it's easier.
Yeah, but you say take away the right hand, you take away the 1-2. That doesn't have anything to do with the fact that he's still wild. He's using it as a back hook. He's using it as he leads with an uppercut with it. The guy is unorthodox with his punch.
Again, if you go back and watch the Ortiz fight, the times that he hurt Ortiz the most was off of correct technical punches, off of a straight right hand, numerous times. Yes, the looping shots have an effect, but he already has his guy hurt at that point. If you're not hurt and you take away the 1-2, it's easier to avoid those looping wild shots. It is. But
I think
with his technical shots first, then he can do whatever he wants because you're hurt.
I think the way I interpret that was that Joshua has more tools than Wilder, but Wilder does bank on a power shot. You know what I'm saying? Only, but it is a very vicious power shot, and it is wild and it's unexpected, unorthodox. Like you said, I don't know. Like Joshua's used to fighting those guys with the jab, jab, jab. If there's no jab coming to me, and you are all on defense from the Wild, you can't slip. You got to be really, really sharp and tight with what you got in your box of tools of boxing. So I think that's what he means about like, all he has is that one wild punch. Put your money on black. But
yeah, I still feel differently, but I am the resident fanboy. But I have been to at least 5 camps, 3, 4 camps, whatever the case may be. I see him working on different things. I see the left hook, and just like we seen the uppercut in this fight. So, and this was a southpaw. I keep saying that. We're going to watch Joshua fight Parker, and if he defeats him, we're going to watch him fight someone else, and we'll get the opportunity to see Deontay versus someone else. Hopefully, he lines himself up with an orthodox fighter in preparation for a Joshua fight so we could see a more polished version. I just feel like this was a declarated amateur with good Cuban pedigree, and it's a southpaw.
Now, what about this? They mentioned Tyson Fury. If he washes right through Tyson Fury, right? What is that?
Wait. I don't even like the way they mentioned Tyson Fury. Did you read the way that it was mentioned?
Yeah, Tyson Fury is a much bigger threat or harder job than Deontay Wilder.
Well, he also said that Tyson Fury would be before Wilder because of Wilder's dangerous right hand.
That's not what was said exactly, but
okay. So tell him what was said.
The
exact quote. I will read the exact quote again. Wilder, I think, would be next after Fury, and just for the sheer fact that his record proves that he has a powerful punch.
Okay, so that doesn't change.
No. I see what you mean by that, Ness. I see what you mean where you got that point.
The reason, however,
it's all strategic, bro. It's all strategic. You got to cash in them checks, man. You got to cash in them checks. before you go in there laying it on the line. He already laid it on the line in his opinion and his promoter's opinion versus Vladimir. They're looking at it like, look, you could have took the opportunity versus Vladimir. That's how his fans look at it too. You know what I'm saying? I don't fault anyone for saying those things. I'm just saying, how long can you say them? Yes, Deontay should have been faster than Anthony Joshua and tried to get the Vladimir Klitschko fight. But we still believe, some of us still believe that those fights just were not available to him. Why? Because like Gennady Golovkin at one point, high risk, low reward.
Falling back to the quote and the technical question that AJ's bringing up, Wilder, even though we've seen him in camp and we know that he can do other stuff, when it comes to in the ring, because we all know that guys can work on stuff in sparring that they can't actually implement in a real fight. That does happen quite often, actually. I don't see him go to the body like he does in sparring when he actually fights, for the real thing. I don't see him use the uppercut like he does in sparring, or even the left hook. Those are still things that he still needs to implement more in the actual fight itself instead of just sparring. I don't know what it's going to take to do that. I'm not a coach. I've never coached a world champion, so I don't know. But they're going to need to start asking that question. How can we start implementing this stuff a little bit more in your actual fights? Because he didn't go to the body at all with Ortiz, really. He didn't really use the uppercut at all until it was the finishing move, I would say, with Ortiz. Same with Stavern. It wasn't like it's a punch he uses on average. Wilder still throws the same 5 punches. That's about it.
My question from this would be, does Team Joshua take more confidence in the fight? And if so, why are they saying after Fury?
I think so. And like you said, they want to collect that check. Fury is mentioned a lot. He's active on social media. He's connected to a victory, a Klitschko victory. And yeah, they want that check. And, they're going to sell out 90,000. Fury has the personality. Wilder, he's that very, very expensive designer bag. And that's why I'm calling it window shopping. They're looking at it. Yeah, we could afford it, but let's get that Fury first.
Let's make the money to afford that
exactly
expensive bag. Listen, Matt, I don't know if you got anything else on this short quote.
Nope.
Short and sweet.
We're good.
I say sponsors, callers. Number is 14255695241. Press 1 time if you want to speak to either hosts here. We want to just voice your opinion on this topic on the Voice of the People hotline. You can do so by calling that call-in number. Also, you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. That's NESTORGIBBS. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. This is our second spontaneous show already. Plus, we're going to be doing another Camp Life documentary with Joseph Parker, the New Zealand WBO heavyweight champion. We should be landing in Vegas Friday if this snowstorm does not derail me and Enrique Church.
Exactly.
To the other side of the globe.
States. But one thing I like to do live now is hit a thumbs up. We at 25. Here goes 26. Go ahead, be number 27.
That's right. And let the train continue, 27, 28, and so on and so forth. We're going to go out to the callers after a word from our sponsors.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, people. We're going out to David Beanie in the UK. Talk to us.
Hey, guys. So, yeah, I think there is some merit to what AJ is saying in that if you look at most of the punches that Wilder's hurting people with, I don't know what, I can't remember a left hook that he threw that he really hurt anybody. So maybe he might have pull the left hook out against Joshua. But, if we look back through his fights, he hasn't really shown much punch variety in terms of actually hurting people. My question for you, Ness, is do you see any technical improvements? Because let's say from when he beats Tavern the first time, do you see any improvements in his game? Because
Josh, the thing is this, bro, whether I see them or not, I don't think it really matters because I do not believe that Anthony Joshua is more technically sound than Luis Ortiz. I think Luis Ortiz is the epitome of technically sound because of his pedigree, because of his background, the hundreds of amateur fights, the Cuban pedigree, just the way that he was brought up. There's no way that an amateur of lesser fights can have the ring IQ and experience and skill of Luis. So if he was able to prevail over the perfect technical boxer and throw in the fucking the southpaw aspect, I just don't see how your guy is able to do it. But it is the fight of the century, and I hope that it happens.
Yeah, but my point is, like, he's obviously 39 fights into his pro career. Do you suddenly think against Joshua he's going to suddenly throw a vicious left hook that could potentially knock him out?
No, he doesn't need to knock him out. This is the heavyweight. He just needs to hurt him, blind him with the left hook, hurt him with the left hook.
Do you see that happening though? Because he hasn't done it in any of his previous 39 fights, really, against any, or at least in his last, let's say, 7 fights since he's been world champion.
Yeah, but that logic is screwed, David Binney, because we hadn't seen him almost lose, and we just did. So now we're able to say that he suffered adversity and came out on top.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that he's he can't come through adversity. What I'm saying is he gonna add more weapons to his arsenal than what he's already got, or is he what he is?
I don't think he needs to add more, though.
Hold on. Tennis. David Beanie.
I've finished. Sorry, that was my point.
No. You keep jumping to, can Wilder hit him with something else? The first question you need to ask is, how is Joshua going to take away the right hand? That's the first question you have to ask. And if you can't have an answer for that, the follow-up questions don't really matter, do they?
And he won't be able to take away the right hand because, unlike Ortiz, he's way less mobile. I mean, each of his legs are like 100 pounds apiece. Come on, man. He's not jumping around the ring like that the way that Ortiz was. Ortiz was on his toes, and that surprised me. You could go check out our live fight chat, both on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, and even right here on YouTube. We were shocked, Matt. Say you weren't shocked that he was on the balls of his feet.
Well, I was just going to say that. We thought Luis Ortiz had slower feet and Wilder would have faster feet. That was almost the opposite. Again, it's very hard to tell who has the faster feet until they're probably in the ring together. But on the outside looking in, it does seem like Joshua has slower feet, so to speak.
Now, listen, does Wilder commit sins? Yes. Yes. Joshua's going to have to cut the distance in order to, capitalize on the main sin, which is pulling out with his hands, either extended or down. But let's keep the calls coming. We're going to go out to Russia. Alex, talk to me.
Yeah, I have to agree with Joshua saying that Wilder's main weapon is his right hand. Actually, when I was picking Wilder to beat Ortiz, I was not picking Wilder, I was picking his right hand. And that's pretty much exactly how it went down. But I would like Joshua to somewhat elaborate on how exactly he's planning on taking away that right hand. Maybe move to Wilder's left. I don't know. But in terms of his comment about chopping down the tree, I remember the last guy who made this comment was Lubin, and then the next thing you know, he went swimming in the first round. So Joshua better be careful with his comments. But the final point I want to make is that listen, if Wilder is so easy, let's see it next. Let's see Joshua fight him right after Joseph Parker and no Tyson Fury. So I don't understand what's the problem. Why make us wait? So that's pretty much all I wanted to say.
Alex, thank you for sending a good message to the AJ Protectors for me. Let's see if it's coming all the way from Russia. Do they give you the same heat and hate they send my way? We're going 917-454. First time caller, New York City. Where you calling from? Who's this?
What's good? It's your boy V.
V, how you holding up in this snowstorm? I know you're on the east, man.
Well, actually, I got a phone number from New York because I'm from New York, but I'm living in Jacksonville right now. So.
Oh man, I'm hating you right now. You all in the good sun, bro. I'm looking at all this snow. You looking at all them palm trees.
Facts. Well, it's all good, man. You know, I'm there in spirit. I'm always there in spirit.
So what you said your name was to get? Oh, V in Jacksonville. We got you. Go for it.
Yo, but I just wanted to say, I think after seeing the fight with Ortiz, I think it should actually embolden Joshua to fight him more. I was expecting a lot more technical ability from Deontay, and I didn't see it at all. And it kind of worries me because if you're Josh, you just say, hey, I just have to slim down a bit so I can stay mobile. I got to use my jab and circle out of the way of his right hand, and I can exploit him. And there's a power difference, but the power difference isn't as significant as one would believe. So I believe that Josh could rock him too. I think it's a problem that Deontay has not evolved. I think he's too dependent on that right hand. And I think Joshua can expose that. I also think that Tyson Fury would be a bigger problem for him because I don't think Tyson gets into the I want to knock him out contest. I think he'd teach a boxing lesson on Deontay. So even as a Deontay fan, it worries me a bit to see that he didn't evolve much in this fight. Although it was a great fight, I just don't think he can get away with that forever. I mean, do you feel different?
No, I totally agree with you, man. Listen, I'm a fan, but if you watch our immediate reactions to our sparring, which you can check out on our YouTube, you will see my immediate reactions to the sparring. And, you know, it's pretty echoing your sentiments. He gets away with a lot because of the power. It's just the bottom line.
Bomb Squad!
That power is real. Someone's going to have to expose what they believe to be I guess, one-hit wonder, Matt, right? Like, if you're saying he only has a right hand, it's a one-hit wonder. Now, you got to take that right hand away. And then to get in there, to take it away, the only thing I can logically think of is what? Cutting the distance and fighting an inside fight, a Mike Tyson-like fight, or Evander Holyfield-like fight, or Andre Ward-like fight. Be on the inside where the longer man's arms do not get full extension on the punches, hence not giving you full power.
Yeah, and we saw Ortiz have success in the inside against Wilder, I would say. You know, if AJ is able to get on the inside and be the more compact guy with the shots, he could find success. And like V just said, I mean, the power difference between AJ and Wilder, I think, is smaller than the power difference between Wilder and Ortiz. That may be a factor.
Shout out really quick. Let me just go to... Shout out to El Sucio sending the early afternoon super chat. Team Sucio. We're going to use that super chat, obviously, to get to our camp life in Las Vegas with Joseph Parker taking on the current unified IBO, IBF, and WBA champion, Anthony Joshua. So this is a big camp life edition for us. Shout out to all our patrons, all our super chatters, all our PayPal subscribers. We're going to Ed in Alabama. Talk to us.
Hold on. Yeah. I'm just calling in on topic because I don't know, man. AJ, man, he's all over the place. Like you say, he ain't come up with no strategy to stop the right hand. I feel like the only way he's gonna stop it is he ain't gonna fight Wilder, man. And look, man, since so many people call here sound like casuals, man. Look, he fought a left-hander. It is difficult to land your jab on a left-hander. He's gonna be able to land the jab on Anthony Joshua. Like, in the last two opponents he fought, he knocked out with uppercuts. So did we just forget that part of the fight happened? I mean, I don't know, man. Some people are saying sizing up this technical difference and stuff. Joshua doesn't move his head. There's no head movement. That's the basis of being technical when you're talking about being defensively responsible. So at the end of the day, I don't know how you going to stop his right hand. He's going to clip you with the left, and then he's going to throw the right hand down the pipe, and it's going to be lights out. So I don't know. Like I said, and the other thing that I feel like is Wilder has, from what I've seen so far, Wilder might have a better chance. So if there's not much of a difference in power, there's also a difference in who can absorb the power. So I mean, I don't know what to say, man. AJ's not, but all this is a non-starter anyway. AJ's talking about fighting Tyson Fury first, who ain't fought in 2 years, and is talking about he needs 2 fights before he's ready. So 2020, when we see the fight, then we'll know. That's my call.
Edward, as always, thank you for calling in. Matt, Enrique, you know, we got Anthony Joshua taking shots at Wilder, saying if he takes away the right hand, you basically chop down the tree. Well, what about this, Matt, Enrique?
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Joshua has never been 12 rounds. Anthony Joshua gasses out. That is a fact. Anthony Joshua is a heavier fighter. That is a fact. Anthony Joshua has bigger muscles, which need more oxygen. That is a fact. How's he going to handle those issues first?
We've seen Joshua go to the 11th round. May not be the 12th, but he's gone stoppages in the 11th. And
Carlos Takam
and Klitschko. That was the 11th round as well. And he was winning both fights, I would say, heading into those finishes. Yes, you may think that, that last round may be the difference, but I think cardio-wise, AJ is in with a team, with a program, has all the money in the world. Cardio should not be an issue. So I will not count cardio as an issue.
Oh, you don't think he gasses out? You think he just takes rounds off? I mean, what do you call what we see?
I see every heavyweight taking rounds off. If you're a great athlete in the heavyweight division, you still take rounds off, Wilder included.
All right.
Let me tell you what I think. First off, right? I think Wilder is a different animal that anyone has ever faced. That's why they get knocked out or they have problems. Luis Ortiz was the guy, the left-hander, the surprise element that came in. We all thought he was gonna get knocked out, but he had a record that spoke to a lot of other hardcore fans who said, "Yo, watch out for him." AJ has that as well, and so does Deontay Wilder. So someone called in yesterday or the day before and was like, yo, give Deontay Wilder the credit. He is a thinking fighter. In there, he is thinking. AJ is going to have to do a lot of thinking. It's going to be one of those fights, like Badu Jack said, fight night. Whoever lands first. And that's what happened. And that's what kind of fight Deontay Wilder makes, I believe. Whoever lands first. He proved he could hold the punch. I don't know if Ortiz hits harder than AJ, but yo, it'll be a hell of a fight. It's not easy for AJ, nor is it for Wilder.
Mathematically speaking, AJ hits harder than Ortiz
because
he has 100%
knockout ratio.
Ooh.
And he's knocked out better opponents. Let's be honest.
All right.
Well, AJ's resume is better than Ortiz's.
That's why I say I'm the student. Then,
Steve, talk to us. Steve, you're up.
Stevie
in the UK.
Stevie Nicks.
Yes, sir. What's up, bloke? Mate.
Hello. Yeah, you're talking about what Wilder's right hand. But what about if he's getting outboxed like he does do against a lot of people, lesser opponents such as Spilka?
Spilka was a southpaw, Steve. Knock it off.
But he weren't Joshua, though, was he? Let's be honest.
He's still a southpaw. Knock it off. Every orthodox fighter doesn't look the same versus a southpaw. Not even Floyd Mayweather Jr. Knock it off.
What about Gerald Washington?
Wasn't Gerald Washington also southpaw?
I don't know if I don't think Gerald's southpaw. I think Gerald's orthodox, and he got knocked out in the 5th round, my friend.
Knocked out?
He got knocked out in the 5th round.
Yeah, but the point is he was winning rounds and landing on Wilder without Joshua's power. And what's Wilder going to do when he's getting it? Didn't Molina wobble him? So
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. You're acting like Molina's wasn't known as a puncher. What's Wilder going to do when Joshua hits him? The same thing he did when fucking Ortiz hit him. Take it and deliver.
Ortiz is unproven. Who is he? Who is he?
Yo, was he 75 years old too, Steve?
I'm not saying he's 75 years old, but who's he proven against?
Come on. Are you really
spring chicken?
Hold on. Steve. Are you arguing this just to wave a flag? Because if AJ beat Ortiz, you'd be so happy. You would have the most biggest boner right now. I'd be like, oh my God, he beat Ortiz. But nah, because Wilder beats Ortiz. Ortiz ain't nothing, right?
No, I'm not saying he's not nothing, but I just think
respect the fighter. 400 amateur fights, undefeated resume, beat Brian Jennings better than Klitschko did. Come on, fam. You're disrespectful here.
Yeah, but Klitschko's safety first.
AJ beats Wilder. You can think AJ beats Wilder any day you want. any day you want. You can think AJ is a better boxer. You can think AJ has a better resume. You can think those things. Those are fair. But to say that Ortiz is unproven, you cannot say. That's just completely untrue.
Shout out to my co-host holding it down.
He hasn't got no great wins on his resume, though, has he? No, that's what you got to answer.
So let me get this straight. Klitschko's win.
What great win? Wait, hold on. I got it. I got it. Okay. What great win does Klitschko have? Come on.
Great win does Klitschko have?
Yeah, come on.
He's been a champion for
you can't name one? You can't name one.
Ortiz is
What about Joseph Parker? Does he have a great win? Does Joseph Parker have a great win? Come on, fam.
Hey, wait a minute. So are you saying that Klitschko was a great win for Joshua? Because remember, he was coming off a loss in fucking 18 months on the bench.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
And he was actually in his 40s. Ortiz wasn't.
Yo, Matt. Hey, Steve, Matt brings up a good point. When that fight happened, Klitschko was actually 40, not Ortiz.
I'm on about as in fight. You know what I mean?
Yo, that's crazy. We killing you today, Steve.
Joshua beat a guy what's reigned for 10 years in his 18th fight.
You called it. That all he was an old geezer.
What Wilder beat Ortiz, who's never even had a belt? What win would you rather have? Answer me that.
Hey, you didn't answer any of our questions, so why do we have to answer yours?
Can't answer that. I said David Hayes a good.
David Hayes is not a great win.
Oh my God, David Hayes is a great win. Hey, Steve, your time is up. We're going to Scorsese. Talk to us.
Yo, David Hayes is a former unified cruiserweight champion. He a better win than Ortiz at 40. That was a prime Hay, man. Look, it is what it is. He right. Klitschko been a champion going, 10-some years? Ortiz.
So that makes him great? That makes him great because he fought people? It doesn't matter who you fought?
In another division.
Look, man, David Hayes was supposed to be the guy. Say, yo, he's gonna outbox Klitschko. Got in there and he done his damn thing. Like it.
You mean Tohei? You mean Tohei?
Look,
who's his biggest win?
The line of heavyweight that Klitschko did.
Well,
no,
yeah. Hey, Matt, I like that game. Who's David Hayes' biggest win?
Hold on, man.
Enzo Macronelli. Derek Chisora, that's his biggest win. Oh my God, where my flex bomb at?
My guy just fucked up. But when we come in and we say Luis Ortiz is some monster, let's rate him what other guys we call monsters. We call Spence a monster because he left people in his tracks.
No, Spence got fucking resume. Spence got resume.
Whoa. No. I'm saying,
and he destroyed his opponents.
Yo, that's the point. That's why Luis Ortiz is not the monster you're sitting here saying he is. But it's a good win. If Joshua beat him, you would be saying, yo, it's just okay.
First of all, hold on, Scorsese. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, because neither me nor Matt ever said that Ortiz was a monster. If anything, we spoke in a third person because that's what the people were saying. Right. Fight night.
That's fine. The people that get to say that, then you combat that, and it's like, well, you get the wrong end of the stick for saying that. Look, Carla coming in saying Joshua don't have head movement. That's like the same people that say about Spence, and then you find out that they get under your shots and they come up heavier and stronger. I think Joshua still. I think it was a misconception where they said Joshua said fight Fury first. I think they asked him what was the tougher fight, and he said Fury's the tougher fight, and then Wilder second because the big right hand and the power. I can respect that because if Fury is prime, he's a tough fight for either one of these dudes, and I would pick him to beat them both. But they both have a chance to land something, especially Wilder, a chance to land something and end it. But even at this level, we see Wilder's power just ain't one punch power no more.
All I know is the internet gonna break when these guys fight, bro. So it's gonna be so many people crying.
I think it's gonna break about Wilder. Honestly, the way the way Joshua can cut distance and throw combinations, Bro, that's wild. As Ortiz could not do that. His feet are too. So Joshua is big, explosive, and you can't drape over him like you did Ortiz. Wilder got to get better, or hey, this shit could get ugly real quick. That's my call.
Tell Joshua get past that 1-2.
I thought Scorsese was the caller yesterday who was like laughing, hating, like, yo, he knocked out Wilder. Ortiz, that is.
That was Scorsese.
Yeah, so yeah, Ortiz has some monster in him, so stop it.
Yeah, the same guy that thinks that Ortiz beat him now thinks Ortiz ain't that good. Okay.
Because he's just, the only thing he's consistent with is his hate, you know? I mean, he literally, because yesterday after we said some things after his call, he literally sent me a message to tell me I pressed thumbs down because y'all talked about me after y'all hung up.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that's some female shit right there.
317-496, you're up, first time caller.
Yo, hey, how y'all doing?
What's up, brother? First time caller?
Hello? Yeah, first time caller. Yeah, I'm Lenny in Indianapolis.
Lenny in Indianapolis. Talk to us, brother. What's your thoughts on this quote? Anthony Joshua saying, take away Deontay Wilder's right hand, and it's he's basically nothing. No more. No mas.
My thing is AJ is absolutely nothing, man. Everybody can see he's scared of that right hand, because how you say you want to fight Fury, and Fury, I don't even really think he beat Klitschko. The man said he tested positive for steroids, talking about he ate a wild boar, just like Canelo eating beef in Mexico. Then he turned into a cokehead, fat, ain't fought in 2 years, but you'd rather fight him than face that right hand that you're scared of. Like, it's laughable. And truth be told, like, I think Ortiz could beat AJ and Fury. So I don't understand it.
Well, hey, man, thanks for calling in. You got his name, Matt?
Yep, Lenny from Indianapolis.
Lenny in Indianapolis, thank you for calling in. We're going out to Paulie in Pontiac, Michigan. Talk to us.
You already know what it is, man. What's up? What's going on, Matt? What's up, Ness, man? What's up, Cass? Listen, I don't know why we even talking about Tyson. What does Tyson Fury really did, man? Like, for real, for real. I mean, other than lay in the bed and do, like, selfie videos. And, I mean, I understand he getting back, but, bro, like, I'm looking at dude's resume, like, what has he really done other than really, like, just troll on the internet to be even relevant right now? Real talk. Like, we got people doing real work, putting in real work. You know what I'm saying? Like, out here materializing, doing it. Dude ain't fought since, what, 2015? Like, bruh, Wilder been knocking people out, man. That right hand ain't the only thing he got. Yes, it's powerful, but he do got power in both hands. He got power in both hands. And I don't even think we should even be talking about Tyson Fury right now. Like, for real. He ain't been enough to me to inside the ring to really be talking about fighting. To me, Tyson Fury is in that box with Big Baby, just talking, man. But even Big Baby did more than Tyson Fury the last few years. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't even know why we talking about Tyson Fury, man. But look, as far as AJ, I think his best bet is to come in.
Let me tell you something. Let me jump in here. Let me jump in here, and I'm gonna tell you why so many people.
Straight up.
I'm gonna tell you why so many people bring up Tyson Fury, and you know, it's obvious to me. It's another motherfucking roadblock. It's the simplest way to say, well, oh shit, Ness, Tyson got a better win. He really beat Vladimir Klitschko. He's the lineal champion. He's undefeated. It's a big domestic fight. It's way more money than Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. It does huge domestic numbers. Those are all excuses and roadblocks. And why is he being mentioned by so many people? They're usually European, because they're usually dropping preordained excuses as to why the Wilder fight needs to wait. Pretty soon, they'll be saying, no, Anthony needs to fight Big Baby so he could build his U.S. profile, because the Wilder fight and the Joshua fight is so big, it should do U.S. pay-per-views, Ness. I'm telling you. They call me biased, but those that call me biased, I want you to tell me in the chat, where the fuck you from? Show me your driver's license that you're not from the fucking United Kingdom. You think I'm biased because I'm telling the truth that you don't want to hear.
Well, Scorsese's from the United States, obviously.
Come on, dog. Scorsese, do I have to remind you that his license says I'm the guy that said Thurman Keith Thurman and Porter was a whack fight. He's lost credibility for that. He called in on a fucking preview show of that. Don't worry about your time. I'm gonna give it back to you. He called in a preview show of that saying Thurman and Porter fight was whack. Like, you can never take Scorsese serious. Not me anyway. He lost credibility off that.
And real quick, I know that Joshua's Fury's being mentioned because he's making all the news, he's making all the noise. It's kind of like Shannon Briggs, but he beat the Klitschko. And I wouldn't mind watching it, but I know it's a like
but what world do we live in?
Tyson Fury tune-up before the Wilder.
Yeah, but what world do we live in that a guy coming off a 2-year layoff, a coke habit, a suspension, and his entire first quarter of 2018 has been fat camp, deserves a fight more than a heavyweight champion with the last belt, consistently saying that you are afraid to fight him, declaring war on you and your country, calling you out in every fucking post-fight. I'm the Wilder voice because I'm telling the truth. Man, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, he don't deserve that.
Crazy.
He don't deserve that.
Crazy. Go ahead, Paulie.
Hey, listen, man. These guys crazy, man. This is what I'm saying. I feel y'all on that. Fury, I ain't knocking his hustle because you got to talk your way in the fights. I understand the business of it. I get the business of it. But my thing is that Wilder is out here doing work. Joshua's out here doing work. Even Big Baby out here doing work. He trolling and doing a lot of talking, but we actually doing work. Tyson Fury, get out here and fight somebody. Just fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? At least fight somebody. Whoever you fight somebody. That's all I'm saying. Quit talking. Quit showing interviews with you laying in the bed. I mean, come on, bro. Just, I get the business end of it, but get out here and put in that work. That's all I'm saying. Wilder out here putting in that work. Bomb squad. That's all day, man. That's all I got, though.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in, Paulie. We're going out to Tyrone in Pittsburgh. Talk to us.
Yo, what's up, fellas?
What's up?
Yeah, man. I want to say one thing about this story they put on Boxing Scene about this. I think AJ said this a while ago. I think he said this when he was in Dubai in like January and December. But for real, that last fight with Wilder Ortiz, I was really disappointed in Wilder. I mean, I was one of the few people who always thought we would see the best of him when he would like step up, like get to that next level. And when I saw him get outboxed like that, and it just wasn't a pretty sight. He got the win, and that's what counts. But it didn't look good to me. Kenny Porter said this a long time ago. He said that when he was working in his corner, I think it was for an amateur fight or one of his. He was watching one of his first pro fights, and you know how they came up in the amateur ranks with him and Sean. And Deontay was real conscious about his technique back then. And he knocked the dude out, and he came to Kenny. He was like, "Oh, I did really bad." Kenny said, "What's wrong?" He said, "I didn't have technique. I didn't look good." He said, Kenny told him, "You got the knockout. That's what counts for now." And it seems like now has been forever. And he just hasn't really taken the technique seriously. And I don't think he'll catch up with Joshua, but I think he'll catch up sometime down the road, maybe 5-6 years down the road, where somebody could pose a threat.
Well, Tyrone, thank you for calling in all the way in Pittsburgh. I want to ask everyone that's tuned in to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. It shows that you enjoy these topics. Remember, our phone lines are open. It's absolutely free to call in. You don't have to be a keyboard warrior. You could be a telephone warrior. All you got to do is, say what you got to say. It's really easy. You call in 1-425-569-5241. Grow some balls and call. Add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. NESTORGIBBS. We're going out to, let's see who's this. Is this Jake? Talk to us.
All right, guys. So I've just phoned in because I saw you were live. So what's the topic today?
AJ says, take away Deontay Wilder's right hand and you start to chip down that tree. He said he has no uppercut. He has no left hook. He's just a right hand bandit.
Yeah, to be honest, I do see where he's coming from a little bit. But, that right hand, it's like Adonis Stevenson, I think Polly Malignaggi said it, didn't he? He said, like, it's one hell of a trick. I do think Anthony Joshua needs to come in lighter, like probably Charles Martin weight. I think he weighed about 17.6 on that one, because he needs to be fast against Deontay Wilder, because that right hand, it's so quick, that jab. But the other thing is, I think he just needs to fight on the inside against Wilder, just smother his punches. Otherwise, I think it's a tricky one, really. It's whoever lands first, but I do want it next. I'm not like all of these Brits, but I do want it next.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. Matt, I usually don't go to these comments, but on this particular show, this is the shows where you need these AJ protectors to finally grow a pair.
And call.
And just call this guy HH1200. I mean, he's always here. So I still adore you regardless.
He's from Tuscaloosa. No, he's from Louisiana. Sorry.
But yeah, you sure love typing. You must have calluses on your thumbs, or you took the Mavis Beacon course. You know what I'm saying? Because you type a lot. It's so much simpler to call in and voice your opinion. Put a voice to that avatar. You can still hide. You know that, right? You could just say, yo, it's HH1200. The pussy that's a pussy enough not to give my real name. But you finally called. Because I don't understand the logic, especially through text. There's only one guy not saying he wants to fight. And there's only one guy in the driver's seat. Matt, was Floyd in the driver's seat?
Absolutely.
Canelo?
Yes.
Oscar?
Yes.
Pacquiao?
For the depending on the fight, yeah.
Still in the driver's seat, bro.
Not with Mayweather. But.
Oh well, yeah. Okay, the Lone Ranger. Listen, if you're trying to call in on Skype, Mr. Khalid, you must send friend requests. We must be friends in order to add you. Larry Merchant has sent 2 messages that we must read. I am sorry, Larry. We in no way think that we are too good to read your messages. Just handling tons of calls and messages as it is. Back when we were talking about David Haye and his biggest win, he said, Haye still had a belt. Thank you for the super chat. And he says, Matt, if AJ let you do a camp life, will you talk rubbish for him?
Yeah, AJ, that's over.
Okay, so Larry, is it rubbish, or is AJ fighting Parker and not Deontay? I mean, is it rubbish, or as we proved, is AJ not the A-side driver's seat? You know, this whole ridiculous notion that AJ gets in front of a camera and says, send me an offer, Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber. When the fuck does the B-side send an offer?
And that's the greatest part. They have. Like Charlie Finkel has. He sent two fucking offers. One for Vegas, one for London. And they got no response back. So you can't even use that anymore, quote-unquote, AJ protectors. You know, like it's... If you think AJ wins, that's fine. Like I said, that's a fair opinion. I may have that opinion. I don't know what I think about the fight yet. But in terms of the negotiations, AJ is in the driver's seat. AJ can make this fight right after Parker. If he doesn't, it's because he doesn't want to fight Wilder. He wants to fight someone else.
And that's what I'm saying. I just want someone to call in and please speak to me. Give me the logic. Help me understand that way of thinking, that if AJ doesn't fight Wilder next, how is that okay? Like, it's not up to Wilder anymore. He's the B side. You guys know it. When the negotiations start, you know, you guys will clearly make him aware that he is the B side. So let's go. Let's get some honest opinions here.
If you want to call in, 1-425-569-5241, or if you're an international caller or just don't want to call in through your actual cell phone,
just want to sound crystal clear, use Skype.
Add Nestor Gibbs.
That's right. You must add Nestor Gibbs. We must be friends, unfortunately. Yeah. That's the way that it works. We're going out to William in Seattle. William, talk to us. William, did he fall asleep?
Sounds like it.
Is he in the rainstorm? Let's go out to New Jersey.
Just like the king is what I mean. My king is what I mean. My man, get a cup and put some change inside your hand. Now hold up. Let's make this official. Everybody, let's agree that.
Ness, I'm here to talk some sense into you, brother.
Uh-oh.
And you know my heart is pure. My heart is pure. My heart is pure. Acknowledge it. My heart is pure. Right?
Sure. I mean,
I look, so dig. The only reason why it would be okay, and I don't even want to say if Joshua didn't fight Wilder, but I'm saying if that fight didn't happen, is because me personally, and call it what you want, I would like to see Wilder add 10 pounds, like when he came out. I think he came out at 225 when he fought Stavern, right? He came in about 220, 225, right? I would like to see him add the weight back on. I'm not saying take something light, but take something where he can practice. Y'all get in camp with him again. Tell him the king said he got to stay on the phone, keep his fucking hands up, right? Let him get another fight before Joshua. I know he wants the Joshua fight. I'm pretty sure Joshua.
90 seconds.
Why I'm saying it would be okay. Now, who would Joshua fight if he doesn't fight Wilder next?
Darren Miller.
Just for boxing, just for extending the life. Who'd you say?
Darren Miller. Big baby.
This is what I'm saying. Fight Big Baby. This extends the life, because I made this argument many times, this extends the life of the heavyweight division. Because after that fight, we got washes.
Yo, oh my God, man.
Fighting next.
It's
Right?
so sad.
It doesn't mean
It's so sad.
I mean, what's the difference in fighting Miller before Wilder and fighting him after? What's the difference? And do you think that when either Wilder or Joshua lose that fight, hold on.
a great fight.
I mean, at one more point, do we really think that after Wilder or Joshua loses to the either that they retire? Like, come on, like they're still gonna have a long career after that fight if it happens next. They could have a trilogy fight, for God's sake. Like,
you're absolutely right.
So I think worrying about I think worrying about the division's health and longevity, I think is pointless because the division's hot right now. So make the fights that are hot right now, and the division will take care of itself.
I got 10 seconds. I'm throwing a flurry. What we want out of the fight.
10 seconds.
The O's. We want them fighting for that dominance. We want the unification. We don't want any fights in between like that.
Well, all right. I mean, thanks for calling in. We're going out to 214-403. 214-403.
Yeah. This is Derek Washington from Dallas, Texas. Well, I'm in Orange County, but as far as the last guy says, what he says is why not, like you said before, it's not going to make any difference if he fights Joshua now or later. I think Wilder could take a Washington or a Fury, just to add a notch on his belt. So what I think is Wilder is going down in history, especially with the display he put on his last fight. And I had another point about AJ too. Fuck, I forgot it. Yeah, basically, man, AJ is out of there. He's stalling for time. All of these people talking about his defense, like I said before, why does he have to be fundamentally sound? Why does he have to display all of the things that he does in training when it's not necessary? It's like Errol Spence. When it's necessary, that's when you can use those tools. When it's necessary, he hasn't been put in enough danger. And they're saying, oh yeah, and they keep on bringing up the fact that he was in trouble. It's a fucking fight. Hit. You're gonna hit people, and people are gonna fucking hit you. No fighter in history there's not one fighter in the history of boxing that you can't say was not in trouble, never got in trouble, no rounds. They went all their whole career and never got in any trouble. That's not a real fucking fighter. So the reason for them saying that is trying to take away from his win, that's when you motherfucker. That's when people, we can see through that shit. That's clear hate. When you take away from a win and you say, oh yeah, I like to fight, but he was sloppy. So the fuck what? It's a fight. You hit. People are going to get hit. Somebody's going to get hit. Somebody's going to have that. And he fought through the adversity. Why not choose a positive point? When you go that negative route, you just clearly a fucking hater. You got hate in your blood. It's like somebody, I fucked the chick, but you nutted fast. Clear hater. Clear hater. That's it. Hello?
All right, brother. We got all of that. Was your name Gerald?
No, Derek, man. Derek Washington, man.
Derek.
And just for the know, I am from Dallas, Texas, and I know several people that have sparred. This is what I know with Errol Spence. Errol Spence has movement. He never has to show it. Why show it?
All right. Well, Derek.
Knock you the fuck out.
Derek in Dallas, man. Thank you for calling in. We're gonna go out to Skype. We're going to Alex in Canada by way of Cuba, or Alex from Cuba by way of Canada.
Yo, what's up? Yo, this is what I got. This is what I gotta say about that.
Yeah, what you smoking on over there?
A little bit of bud, man. Canada, bud's the best, bro. We got the best bud over here.
All right.
Yo, but what I'm trying to say about Wilder is easier said than done, man. Joshua sounds like a what if warrior, man. You get those at the gym all the time. Oh, what if somebody works your body? Yo, what if somebody does this? Yeah, okay. I like to see them try, bro. Easier said than done. When I was watching the Ortiz fight with a friend, my friend was like, oh man, look, Ortiz is winning. And I was like nervous as fuck, man. I was like, no, dude, don't worry about it. All Wilder's doing is lining him up for that right hand. And it's some scary shit, bro. I've been watching boxing for a while, and that right hand by Wilder is scary, man. This dude is 214, and he's not even landing clean. The first right hand that he landed on Ortiz was on their forehead and glancing. He didn't even hit him with the top knuckles of the fist. He hit him with the end of the knuckles, like the pinky. And he still wobbled the guy and dropped him, bro. That is scary, man. The guy had his guard up. He was fresh. It was the 7th round. It was the 5th round. And the motherfucker just, boom, one right hand. The guy's in wobbly street. Come on, that's scary, bro. Scary. A 214 kid. Forget that he's tall. He's 214, and he's wobbling guys who are 240 like it's nothing. Bro. No, man, easier said than done. I'm picking Wilder to win that fight. And even before it's signed, I'm telling you, that's what they're just trying to stall Wilder out. They're trying to wait till he's 38, like motherfucking King Kong, and then they're going to make that fight. Come on, bro. Come on.
I see how you slipped in there like motherfucking King Kong, even though you picked Lewis. Alex, thanks for calling in. We're going to, on Skype, we got Matthew, first-time caller. Matthew, we obviously know your name, so where are you calling from, my friend?
Hey, yeah, it's Matthew. I'm calling from the UK.
All right, brother. We'll take it away.
Great name.
Yeah. So firstly, love the show. I've been listening for a little while. First time calling in. I think, Ness, you're calling us out, all these AJ protectors. So I thought, I might as well dial in. But basically, I'm just calling in because I do feel that after Parker, if AJ beats Parker, Wilder's next. I've seen the promo that Sky Sports has been putting on Wilder, recently. And they've been pushing. First, they're promoting the fight, and secondly, now they got Wilder at the beginning of the Sky Sports Toe to Toe podcast. It's been it used to be Mayweather, but now they got Wilder at the beginning, and he's a lot more in the media. So I really think that Sky Sports are really pushing this one. So I expect it will be next. I'm sort of wishing it will be announced after the Parker fight.
Hold on one moment there, Matthew. Mr. Balil, please mute yourself until it's your turn, please. Balil Khalid, thank you. Go ahead, Matthew.
Yeah. So, the fan in me, wishes that it's announced, straight after the AJ Parker fight. But I don't know if the business can be done by then. But I really got the feeling it will be next.
I would love it to be straight announced. Because listen, Wilder's gonna be in Cardiff. He's getting in the ring. What the fuck is AJ gonna do? Is he really gonna do what Canelo did? Because that's the only thing left. He's gonna tell everybody in the stadium, yeah, he's next, and then fight fucking Gerald Miller or Dillian White or Povetkin. Like, don't do a Canelo. Don't do a Canelo. And when he does, call him the fuck out. Let's be consistent, is all I'm saying, Matt.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm one of those guys. I don't think AJ's ducking anyone, man. I really don't. Like,
well, obviously, it's never the fighter. It's the business of boxing, the amount of money that could be made, the checks, the purses, the endorsements, the networks.
That's true.
But the fighter is still the fighter. The fighter is still the fighter.
That's true. But then also, the promoters, the management, their main goal, obviously, they want to protect the fighter, but they also want to make the most money. And that's a fact. So, and I can see it with Sky Sports. Obviously, they got an exclusive deal with Matchroom, and they're pushing Wilder a lot. They've got him coming, ringside in Cardiff as well. So I've got a feeling it's going to be next. I don't think it's going to be waiting until 2020.
Well, my friend, thank you obviously for calling in. We're going to go out to some other callers here. Balil, talk to us. First time calling in. Where are you calling in from, my friend?
London, England.
London, England. Talk to us, brother. Take it away.
Yeah, man. Just wanted to say basically that I think that AJ is not ready for it, man. He's not ready for Wilder. Wilder's got too much power. He's too dangerous. The equalizer, they call it. Yeah, man. I just think that AJ, I think Eddie Hearn's protecting him, trying to take him down the Gerald Miller route. And yeah, man, that's all I've got to say, really, bro.
Well, thank you for calling in, Balil. Great call. We're going to go out to some other callers here. We have some jam-packed phone lines, but we're going to get to every caller.
Thank God that niggas seen another day.
What's good, Boxing Voice? I'm gonna make it quick, man. I personally don't see how Joshua could stop the right hand because he doesn't really have head movement and he doesn't have the best defense. He doesn't have horrible defense, but it's not the best. And as long as the fight continues, I feel like there's nobody that can stop Wilder's right hand. The only way you can stop his right hand is if you just get rid of him right away and knock him out. And that's the only way I see it. That's just my opinion, and that's my call, y'all.
Ali, thanks for calling in. We're going to what looks like Cincinnati, man. Not sure. 513-952, 513-952. First-time caller. Who's this?
Aaron from Cincinnati.
You said your name was?
Aaron from Cincinnati.
Eric in Cincinnati. Take it away, my friend. What's your thoughts on Anthony Joshua saying take away the right hand and you can beat Wilder? You can chop him down.
Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua needs to quit on all that. Deontay Wilder gonna knock him out. If Klitschko would go ahead and get that right hand, knock him down, Deontay Wilder gonna go ahead and knock that man clean, cold out. And that's pretty much all I gotta say.
Well, Eric and Cincy, thanks for calling in, my friend. We're going out to the 441-591. 441-591. First time caller.
Yes, how are you?
How are you, my friend? What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Oliver from Bermuda.
Uh-oh. I love international calls. Bermuda. What's up, Oliver? Talk to us.
Well, I just want to say I do appreciate the cult-like following that the UK fans have. I think the US fans can learn a lot from them. But at the same time, there does need to be some level of consistency, and they need to hold these fighters accountable. The entire time they've been saying that Deontay Wilder doesn't have this, he doesn't have that, but then they go fight other fighters that have that are a bit more safer and that have a less reputation, i.e. Joseph Parker. In addition to that, you don't hear, I'm going for Wilder simply because he's acting like a heavyweight champion. When he's saying he's declaring war on everybody. When you hear Anthony Joshua talking, when they were first asking him about Wilder, he was saying, oh, I need to get more experience. He's been fighting pro, longer than I've even been boxing as a whole. So I do appreciate the UK fans, but they need to have some level of consistency and hold these fighters accountable. Because at the end of the day, we're all boxing fans, and I just want to see the best fight the best. And that's it.
Oliver, thank you for calling in all the way in Bermuda. Just further proving how international TBV gets. Don't forget hashtag TBV podcast. Anywhere hashtags are used, to always follow along with the conversation or check out any other episodes. We're going out to the 908-414, probably New Jersey. Who's this? Where you calling from? (908-414) going once, twice, 3 times. You're out, and it's all something about the ball game, I think, Matt. I'm not sure because I'm not really into those sports. What I will say that it's fine. Oh, Idris in the line. I'm going to bring Idris on. Idris, what up? He's calling in from Skype there. Let me turn this outro off. Got to give our UK listeners the ability to call in and protect AJ all they can. Idris, what part of the UK are you calling in from, buddy?
Yo, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, my friend.
Obviously, man's calling from east side of that London. You get me? Let me tell you something. First things first here. Let me congratulate Wilder in it. He did his thing and everything. But you know what's going to happen to him? He chopped the tree down, timber down. Listen, when he fights AJ, I'm going to tell you something now. I'm putting all bets down. This fight is going to be in Vegas. As much as I'd like to go to it, this fight's going to be in Vegas. It's going to be one of the biggest fights of all time. Wilder's been doing a lot of everything that's being asked from him to do right now. And it's getting to the point where it has to happen, because everything that's being asked, there's nothing much Eddie Hearn can really say. You got to do this and do that. I watched his YouTube. Do you know that YouTube full fight here? Do you know it was up? It's probably going to get taken down. It did like 1.2 million views in it in a couple hours. Do you know that?
What, Wilder's fight?
Yeah.
Damn. What channel was that?
Yeah. Well, it's on some YouTube channel. In a couple hours, it did 1.2 million views. So it's going to get taken down soon eventually. You know how all that works. But he's doing everything that's being asked. It's going to be a mega fight. And then Anthony Joshua's going to be undisputed champion of the world. And you get me? But let me tell you something here. You know, if they have a trilogy, yeah, how many rounds do you reckon the trilogy altogether goes? I reckon less than 13 rounds in total.
Yeah, I mean, I think Wilder knock him out between, the later rounds the first time, and then the second time it'll be more like Bermain. He'll be more used to him. He'll know what to do, and he'll get him out early.
You are doing a good job with Wilder, man. He needs to personally put you lot on the payroll, man. Really and truly, man.
Hey,
just
man.
get that shit. Change it to the Wilder voice.
Hopefully, the goal was, this is the goal, right? Wilder doesn't even know the entire secret was to pull the wool over all of the boxing fans' eyes by acting like we're huge Wilder fanboys, all the while getting Anthony Joshua upset that we're not covering him so that he could then open the doors.
That didn't work.
At the end of the day, yeah, listen, you lot are doing a good job, man. We might be the AJ protectors in your eyes, but at the end of the day, this rivalry's been going on for too long. One of these days, sooner or later, one of us is going to have to stop calling in it. And then you lot, hey, listen, I was going to ask you something. You know the 7th round, yeah? You know when he was taking them punches, yeah? I know how you felt. I felt like that when Klitschko. When's the last time you felt like that? Like, no. I'm talking like...
He said, when's the last time you felt like, no? You almost sounded like Kevin Hart. No, dude, listen, that was... I think the last time I felt like that was the AJ fight. I was like crazy nervous with that fight too, because...
a bit more... No, this one you must have felt a bit more than that, like that. You know what I'm trying to say? It must... I can go back to, like, to me, it was like when Tyson...
Yo, what the fuck is that noise? What you got going on over there?
When Tyson lost to Lewis and when Hatton lost to Thing, those I'm talking about were moments where I almost... Tragedy, man. Tragedy. I know, like, you got that feeling when he was taking that 7th round. Like, when's the last proper fight you felt like that? So personally invested where you thought, fuck this. I'm not doing an immediate reaction if this guy loses. Fuck the boxing voice.
Nah, never. Let me tell you, because I'm honest. Like, I even told Matt, yo, if he loses, I think the show would have been bigger, because I know what the world thinks. And at one point it used to bother me, but I mean, what could I do? No matter what I say, they're gonna feel that way. But listen, let me get to some other callers. Idris, we got
let's
Roos.
start a campaign on AJ to get onto the Boxing Voice, man. Everyone on Twitter.
Oh
everyone,
man, that's the only way. You're gonna have to get on him socially, because
everybody listening. We need to start a campaign at him.
Yeah, you gotta add him. You gotta add him on Instagram, on Twitter. You gotta add Eddie Hearn, and they have to make it happen, because listen, we talked to Eddie Hearn ourselves, and he said that it's basically impossible due to AJ's schedule. I even said, listen, let me get him after the fight, after the vacation. Like before Deontay and AJ even start talking about negotiating. Like I get he's busy, but we could get him after he vacates. He still said no. I'm like, all right.
I reckon it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. Just keep doing what you're doing.
You just got to keep your nose down, keep working hard, and eventually he's gonna have to sit on a hot seat, because he can't duck the AJ voice for long.
All right, man. You need to listen. Do some Charlo shows next, man. Do the Charlo Jacob show, man.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling. We're going out to Roos in the UK. Roos, man, been listening for so long and barely calls in. What's going on, brother? What part of the UK you from?
I'm in North London, man.
All right, talk to us.
Yeah. So tell Idris, man, it's a shame he's an AJ protector, but he doesn't live in North London, man. That's where Joshua is based, man. He's not a true AJ protector. Yeah, no, but jokes aside, man, I've been listening to everyone just making their comments, but my question is just like, look, if Fury beat Klitschko, right, and then AJ hasn't even beat the person who beat the man, but then they're putting him up front. Like, I like AJ, I met him a few times, he's my boy, but I want to see the fight happening. I'm no AJ protector, I'm no Wilder protector. I just want these guys to get it on.
Hold on a minute, Bruce. Hey, R&R, mute your mic there, buddy. Rico. Thank you. Go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah, so I'm saying if Fury beat the man and AJ beat the man who beat the man, but he hasn't been beat the lenient guy, but yet they're putting him up front, I don't get that. I love him. He's my boy. I met him a few times. We're good. He invited me backstage a few times, watching him warm up. But I just want to see the fight happening, man. So all these people protecting him, and just kill it, man. Let's just see the fight happening.
Well, Bruce, thanks for calling in. I want to ask everybody and remind everybody, hit that thumbs up button if you're watching this in the future. Present, past, doesn't matter. Helps the visibility here on YouTube. Hell, lets the world know that there is a podcast that is basically on every single day, multiple times a day. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get those notifications. But the only way you get those is by checking on that icon bell. It'll let you know every time we go live, which we do a lot. We did 4 episodes yesterday. So if you're a podcast guy and you like running and walking or biking and whatever the case may be, you need some good old boxing facts and opinions in your ear, you know where to subscribe: on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, or right here on YouTube. Looks like our final caller dropped off, Matt. So the outro, it is time, bro. Final thoughts, man. Show number 2 today. That's your final thought? R2D2's back in the building.
Yo, come on, man. We need to be in the same studio together already.
Hey, man, we need that 40 grand, bro. We need to get a GoFundMe. We need 40K, but it's not even going to work. I mean, look, it's going to be, because I got to come to Matt. Matt doesn't want to come here where we'll have the best guests. We could have Deontay Wilder Sunday right here, chilling. He's already told us. He's like, yo, I can't wait to come to y'all studio and chill. But Matt wants to have a split studio all his life.
Why can't he come to LA? He can come to LA.
But why can't I come to LA?
Let's be honest.
We don't got the powerful connections over there. We don't have the big time fighters over there.
Yo,
we need to make a splash.
Ness, come on, tennis, Ness. Fuck the snow, first off. You should know that. You don't want to live there anymore. You're welcome.
I don't, but
number 2, weed's legal here. Weed's not legal in New York or New Jersey, so
it is. You have a medical card, you'll be able to get it right here in New Jersey in Montclair, which is a couple of towns away from me, to be honest with you. There is a legit medical card, medical location for medical patients. That being said, you're absolutely right. I don't see myself living in this fucking snowstorm that I'm actually living through literally at the moment. But production, thinking production first, absolutely. We'll have better guests on the couch here in the tri-state area than we will on the West. I mean, the bigger fighters are here.
Yeah, but every big fighter comes to LA for media days or something like that. They all come here. Don't worry, it won't be an issue.
Once in a blue, and it's limited. New York has become the mecca again of boxing. Vegas at one point, and they still are. Vegas, let's be honest, Vegas gets all the big fights. But it's like one every 2 months, maybe. It's not really, New York lays down all the groundwork in terms of building divisions up, and then Vegas gets the championship Super Bowl. And that's okay. It is what it is. Listen, it's wherever God places us. We can get to the goal of being in studio if we get to our goal on Patreon. We're only 28%. So I don't know, man. What's the math there? We're about 72% away.
Yeah, good math.
72% away from our goal on Patreon. So head on over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. Read our goals. See what it is that we're trying to do. Check out that in August, the number of shows we were producing, and we're coming up on August 2018 now, which was 2 years since we put that out, Matt. And I think we quadrupled what we said we would do for all our Patreon subscribers. So once again, salute to everyone that continues to sign up. Thank you to everyone that sent any PayPal donations or super chats to go towards the Camp Life Joseph Parker that we will be embarking on Friday morning. We should all be landing in Vegas. This storm permitting doesn't shut down Newark Liberty Airport. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. You can catch Matt at
Matt the Hipster. You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter, Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram. My MMA podcast, Mixed Combat Radios on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, etc. And of course, patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. You're listening right now. This is probably one of your favorite boxing channels, if not your favorite boxing channel. One of the best boxing shows online. #new media. You want to support? Go to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. You get hours and hours of extra content. You won't be disappointed. Trust me. Peace. We'll be back for another one.
Shout out to Lonnie with the late Flea Flicker Super Bowl chat saying he would like to see Deontay Wilder and Klitschko. Hot show, and thank you, and thank all the listeners. Do say.